For years, we've heard complaints, rumors, suggestions, critiques, etc., that Apex Legends is dying, and it's no secret that the player count has gone down since its peak. But why exactly is that? Today, we're going to take a deep dive on the state of Apex and why the community is ruining the game and not the devs. Don't believe me? Well, before I get reamed in the comments, I urge you to stick around for the whole video to get my complete diagnosis. So, without further ado, let's dig in. Apex is a staple of the Battle Royale genre at this point, and is one of the biggest flukes in gaming history. Following the success of Fortnite, many developers could see the potential of BRs and decided to capitalize on the success of Epic's Golden Child with their own BR-type modes and games. Hell, even Tom Clancy's The Division had a BR mode. According to Steam, 58 Battle Royale genre games were released in the year 2019. So, yeah, everyone and their mother was trying to get in on the hype. Enter Respawn Entertainment. In February 2019, the developers of Titanfall and Titanfall 2 released their competitor to Fortnite, and while throwing things at the wall to see what would stick, Respawn was gifted the opportunity of a lifetime. Within a few years, Apex would surge to a player count as high as 600,000 concurrent players. This is the true peak of Apex, and that took place in February 2023. Funnily enough, this is the time frame that I was introduced to the Apex scene. I came to the Apex scene at the time of Catalyst's release for reference. Of course, being a gamer and a Titanfall 2 lover and aficionado, I tried Apex on its launch, and although I found the game to be fun and intriguing, if you've played a Titanfall game, you'll know it's a far cry from that awesome shooter, especially when it comes to movement. The movement of Titanfall was so fluid and unique, it was always going to be hard to live up to that standard. It was so unique, in fact, that Call of Duty tried their hand at it with their release of Black Ops 3, a lackluster and ultimately clunkier movement experience. And yeah, for everybody who is complaining about Omni movement nowadays, you have no idea. But nonetheless, the movement of Respawn's breakout shooter is what made them stand out from the rest. A truly unique experience with world building, lore, characters, and more importantly, an emphasis on never-before-seen movement tech. And that all carried over in their vision for Apex Legends, leading us to where we are today, almost 6 years later. Over the years, players have discovered movement techs for all kinds of different applications. From super glides to super jumps to mantle jumps, the variety, complexity, and unlimited potential of movement in this game kept things fresh and allowed players of all skill levels to challenge themselves to master the mechanics of the game. I think that's a point that anyone that's tried this game can agree on. Even if you disagree with everything that I've said to this point or even future arguments, there's no doubt in my mind and many others that Apex is a movement-based shooter. So why do so many of the community's biggest content creators and pros have takes like this?
I think what they're doing, chat, they realize their game is, like, dead, so they're catering to controller completely. I think that's what's going on. They're just, they're full sending, hoping it, like, revives the game, and they're just gonna full send controller. Quad get.
He can't say it. He can't say any valid criticism without saying the game is dead. Let's just keep going.
I'm not too impressed about it, though. I don't even play this game. I play it here and there.
Yeah,
sure,
oh yeah, go play Marvel Rivals, dude.
8 hours of Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
Yeah. Controller was pretty balanced, like.
The game is dying. You heard him say it. Creators and pros that wouldn't have a career without this game shamelessly and unapologetically biting the hand that feeds them, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's discuss why these pros are so upset and what caused the true downfall of Apex. As previously stated, Apex is a heavily movement-intensive base game. And one of the movement techs to be discovered and, in my opinion, overutilized is tap strafing. Tap strafing allows players to chain movement techs together. But the best feature of this tech is the ability to keep momentum while following a 180-degree path of movement. This makes you much harder to track, allows you to keep momentum from running, sliding, and other movement techs. However, there's a kicker. The only players with the ability to utilize this tech are M&K players. Objectively, this gives M&K players the advantage when it comes to movement. And although it does take time and skill to learn this ability, it become increasingly harder to kill. More survivability means more alive time, aka more RP in ranked, and longevity in fights. This tech goes a step further with different variations as well, such as neo-strafing. Here's an example of legit neo-strafing from a legit player, aka no scripts, which is a topic for later discussion.
This guy is crazy.
Yep.
This Octane is crazy, bro.
Let him in, see if we can get a clip. Oh, nice. I just kind of, not gonna lie.
I hit him flush for like 90, bro.
Combine this movement tech with an Octane stem and watch the opposing players miss their entire mag on you. Seem fair? If it doesn't, it's probably because you play on a controller-based input. Those who legitimize and justify this kind of tech are always playing M&K, land fragment every drop of World's Edge, and are such big Fade fanboys that if you drain their stomach, the contents would consist of more of Fade's genetic material than hydrochloric acid. But because I'm objective and open-minded, I will play devil's advocate and argue their side of the debate. Their reasons go as such. If controller players have aim assist, then we should be allowed to have a counterbalance in the form of tracking limiters such as tap strafing. And to be fair, I think this would be a justified conclusion, but a minor detail destroys this entire argument wholeheartedly. It's no secret Apex devs like to fundamentally change the way the game is played with every update. Meta changes from team comps to weapon selection is an ever-changing landscape in the Apex scene. That has never been more clear than this season's attempt to uproot the norms with the rework of the entire support subclass. Characters like Lifeline, Gibby, and even Mirage are stronger than they have ever been before. Who in their right mind would have guessed that in 2025, Mirage would be meta? Certainly not me. But with some of these changes comes arguably the most controversial: the nerf to tap strafing. In fact, let's read the patch notes for full disclosure. And it's at this time that I realized it's not in the patch notes anymore. Why? Because after only a day of the changes made to tap strafing, they've reverted the changes. One day of a limiter to tap strafing, and everyone in the community lost their fucking minds to the point that EA and Respawn cowardly decided to change their vision for the game. Just further proof that if enough M&K players whine and cry like babies, Respawn will do whatever the fuck the community wants. It's at this point that I'm realizing the absurdity even more clearly. It's been 4 months since aim assist, a broken mechanic in the eyes of pros and content creators, was nerfed to the ground on PC because it was an unfair advantage. But don't take my word for it. Here are some memorable and notable players' takes on aim assist.
You have no idea how stupid it is to play a controller. It's like your brain is on like 5%. It's like on saver mode. Everything is slow motion. After playing on this, and I don't care who you are, if you're a scrub or whatever you are, aim assist close range is broken. It is literally aimbot. I don't care what you think. I'm playing it myself right now. It feels like aimbot. Because I'm not half the shit I'm doing. It's not me. I'm not doing it. Anything above 15-20 meters, you're really good at the game. But everything between 10 and 20, it feels like aimbot. Getting a question, no shade. If you find that aim assist is monumentally easier, what's the appeal for mouse and keyboard at the point? The thing is, I've said it multiple times. If I play a game that's a competitive game, I want to see how good I am, me personally. And aim assist doesn't show that. I don't give a if this starts a debate in chat or whatever. But you guys can't even join the debate. Controller players, it is OP. Aim assist. Holy sh**. I'm so ready. Let's go. Okay, nice. Look at me. Look at me. Insta pump 90. And look at it. Look at this, so broken, dude. Oh my god. Dude, it is so broken. Every single pro player says it's OP. All the controller players too. The amount of times I spoke to people where they were like,
dream big.
Controller is so fucking strong and so OP, but like we're just gonna abuse it until they do anything about it.
Aim assist. Console crossplay into PC lobbies. Aim assist strength reduced 18%. Controller on PC. Aim assist strength reduced to 25. Yes! Wait, this actually might be M&K meta. This is actually the M&K meta. I used to pray for times like these.
So, for context, aim assist levels pre-nerf were calibrated at 0.6. Today, aim assist sits at 0.2, a third of what it used to be. And although a nerf to aim assist may have been warranted, though I think that's still highly debatable, let's compare it to the nerf on tap strafing. Before the changes were reverted, and just to remind you, were reverted within a day's time, tap strafing was limited to a 90-degree turning radius. So you would still have the ability to tap strafe around corners, for example. And even though the exact details were removed from the patch notes, I'll paraphrase the phraseology. A limiter was placed on the movement capabilities of players in higher frame rates. The last part is the most essential information provided. higher frame rates. Now, obviously only M&K players can tap strafe, which is an objectively and clearly unfair advantage, but I digress. But the reason this terminology was used is because PC has a major problem with scripts. For those who are unfamiliar with this term, allow me to introduce you to the wonderful world of PC gaming. You see, with PC, unlike console, you can browse the internet for the world's latest cheats and automated operational systems, different programs until you find the ones that suit your needs. They range from automated recoil pattern recognition and correction to automated armor swaps to finally automated movement tech. That includes every movement tech in the game, and I mean every movement tech. Mantle jump with the press of the back bumper on your Mata controller with ease. Basically, these scripts would play the game for you, and that was one of the main arguments against aim assist if you remember.
Because I'm not half the shit I'm doing, it's not me.
Products such as Corona Zen have swept the market as of late, and the evidence of their footprint is clear in Apex, Call of Duty, and even 2K for Christ's sake. And yeah, it used to be a problem on console as well until Sony and Microsoft decided to have some balls and restore their platforms to a genuine gaming experience. Zens and third-party applications and controllers no longer work on both PlayStation and Xbox platforms. Thank God. However, because it's nearly impossible to counteract, the Corona Zen virus has spread like a cancer throughout PC gaming. It's a very enticing temptation for those who are less skilled or just fed up with the level of sweatiness in almost every PvP game nowadays. Trust me, I get it, but that doesn't mean I'll stoop to the level of scum to defeat it. At one point, there were even scripts that allowed tap strafing for controller players, believe it or not. The best example I can give is a content creator by the name of Ecstasy. In fact, the scripts were written and named after him. He's a great controller player and movement guy that I highly recommend you check out. He's easily one of the best ever to do it on controller. Regardless, this was nerfed and banned because it's obviously unfair to have all available inputs in the game, right? When I say it out loud, it kind of seems redundant. Why not just allow all players to have the same mechanics? No clear advantage between the console and M&K players, and every single player, regardless of their input, is on a level playing field when it comes to gameplay. Maybe that's asking too much, but I have an example that I hope can put this point into context for you. Before my Apex journey, I was an avid fan of almost all shooters except Call of Duty. Fuck that piece of shit game. But especially Ubisoft shooters. I loved the First Division. In fact, it's still in my top 10 games of all time. But when I got bored of that game, after years of grinding the Dark Zone and Lexington Event Center until I got Barrett's chess piece 400 times, I decided to dip my toes in the water of a strategy-based FPS called Rainbow Six Siege. Siege is definitely unique as far as shooters go, with different mechanics such as leaning, repelling buildings, destruction of materials and walls, and most importantly, zero aim assist. And at the time, a shooter for controller input with zero aim assist was unheard of. Even though it allows for different inputs, Siege is a cross-platform game, pitting console controller players and PC M&K players against one another. And just like Apex, M&K players are given the ability to use a mechanic that controller players are denied: the ability to lean while crouching and lean without ADS. For anyone who plays Siege or has ever played Siege, I'm sure you're familiar with this mechanic. But because the Apex community is brain dead and lives in a vacuum, allow me to discuss in further detail to elaborate. Siege and most shooters rely on something called peeker's advantage, meaning it's more beneficial to be the initiator of the peek than to be the one holding the angle. Because of the server tick rates, it's always more advantageous to peek rather than to wait. So, naturally, the ability to lean without being slowed by ADS is a huge and clear advantage that M&K players have. This is only further exacerbated with the launch of crossplay in December of last year. I was already growing bored of the game years ago, but rumors of this change festered for years, and ultimately, the prospect of having an unfair disadvantage turned me off to the game entirely. But Siege isn't a movement-based shooter, and Apex is. Yeah, movement is important when it comes to the game mechanics in all shooters, but the primary focus of Siege is skill and strategy-based gameplay. There's no aim assist, but there are one-shot headshots. The stakes are raised in all regards. In short, I described the gaming scene to give you my personal context and experience with shooters and aim assist or lack thereof. Basically, everyone is on the same playing field, minus a few exceptions for leaning, requiring skill and map knowledge to win you the fights. And honestly, I feel like that was the way that Apex was trending until they reverted the changes, but I digress. So now that we know I've played shooters with zero aim assist involved, why is it important to the conversation for the state of Apex? Having experienced a game without aim assist, I can personally testify that M&K will always have an advantage when it comes to aiming, especially and exclusively if aim assist is absent in gameplay. Why do I say this? Because PC players have a biologically and inherently built-in aim assist system. It's called your fucking wrist, but I digress. The best example I can give of this is this clip from Jim Burton.
This gun is not a controller gun, like at all. Holy fuck, man. But it's got... Watch this MNK style, watch. The MNK, this shit goes off. And you call that balanced? Why can't I do this on a controller with my thumbs? My puny little thumbs.
Okay, I can live with the fact that my aim will never be that well placed or controlled. I can even live with the fact that recoil control is different between controller and MNK. Truly, I can and do accept that. That's the way of the world. But what I can't accept is the truly blatant and utter hypocrisy of content creators and pros calling for the nerf of a unfair advantage and not having the foresight to see the double standards staring back at them in the mirror. Nope, these fuckers have been staring into a one-way mirror their entire careers and dictating the scene and state of Apex like puppet masters for their own benefit. Well, I've had enough. It's time to stand up like Archimedes and incinerate these Roman Empire fuckers to a nice crisp. Aim assist was literally nerfed by a factor of 3, and we haven't had a single change to it since then. 4 months later. On the other hand, we can't go 24 hours without pros and content creators threatening to uninstall. What the fuck? It was only cut in half. You can still bend around corners, even if it doesn't make a lick of fucking sense when it comes to physics. Making a 90-degree turn in air is impossible to do. Isaac Newton rolls over in his grave at the thought of changing momentum without an outside force. But I refuse to explain anything scientific to the brain rot that is the Apex community. It's likely that most of them were sniffing chalk dust instead of paying attention in class, and it shows. When you think about it, it's actually absurd. And some of these takes have been more dog shit than the takes on X. And that place is a dog shit take factory. I can continue this barrage of fiery insults, but that might ruin the genuine reactions I have to some of these takes. So instead, let's take a listen to what pros and content creators have to say on this matter. Alright guys, so now we're going to move on to a little bit more candid version of the video where we're just going to sit here and react to some of the pros' reactions to this actual update that we had recently. That covers everything from the charge rifle update to the tap strafing nerf, all of that goodness. But we're especially going to focus on the tap strafing nerf because, you know, that's pretty much been the entire topic of this video so far. So let's go ahead, hit play, and see what happens. I wasn't recording. We're going to start with the charge rifle though. Let's hit it.
Yep. They pop the PK.
What the fuck?
Yep. I said this earlier. That is a valid criticism. That's my exact reaction.
Select fire.
Are we fucking high?
Yep. Now, obviously, he's being dramatic to be funny.
Oh my god, get me out. Get me the fuck 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 out.
But this was pretty close to my reaction, too. I was like, what? Is a charge rifle user?
Fucking press your auto button.
Yeah, select fire is absolutely broken right now.
Holy fuck.
It's one of my favorite things in the game right now, I'm not gonna lie. I actually think this is a good change to the charge rifle. It was heavily underused.
What are we doing?
Bro, it has like perfect what?
I would just pick up the charge rifle. Okay, I'm pausing it here just to talk about it. I would pick up the charge rifle just to hold it from my slot for the Sentinel so I could hold all my attachments for it, because you can't really do that with the Wingman. And I don't like the longbow because it doesn't hit that hard. So the charge rifle is the obvious choice. It hits hard. There is one thing I will say. It has nerf damage when it's in the select fire mode. So when it's doing that fully auto mode, it's a little bit less damage, but it's still a fast enough DPS rate that you're just going to melt. Like, it's going to be a 3-shot for red shields. It's absolutely insane. If you have not tried the charge rifle this season, you need to try it out. For sure. I've always loved the charge rifle, but the Sentinel was just hitting way harder, especially with the charge Sentinel. Hard to beat that, but now it's got a competitor, and I've just been using this as my primary. I will legit take this for my primary slot and just have like a close range secondary, and I'll just be spamming sniper the whole time. I'm like 200 ammo with the Loba meta. 200 ammo for sniper, spamming this thing. It's absolutely insane. You gotta try it. If you haven't, go and try it.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
It has like almost perfect accuracy hip firing, by the way.
What are we doing?
Yeah, that's another reason why I like it. Just to pause again really quickly. That's another reason why I like it. Its hipfire is really good. It was always kind of like hit or miss with the hipfire before. Pro commentators in the ALGS would describe it almost as like a shotgun kind of thing, where you just hipfire it and hope it lands, and it's going to be a big hit. It's like a big slug shotty. But now they kind of reworked it to where it's basically hit scan, and they'll talk a little bit about that later here. Increased projectile size, I believe. I'll put all the patch notes on the screen. And also increased projectile velocity. So it's moving faster through the air. Gravity doesn't affect it as much. It's just all around way better. It has made it kind of weird to get used to in like the shooting, because I've used a charge rifle for a long time now. And so it feels a lot different now, but getting used to it, if you do, oh my gosh, this thing on select fire is absolutely broken, dude. There is no comparison to the Sentinel. I mean, this thing is basically like, it's like a charged up, it's like the Havoc in the care package right now, but way faster.
Let me try full auto. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, so we're doing Fent in the office now. So we're just doing Fent in the office now, Respawn.
You know, I'm sure they're trying to be funny, especially with statements like that, but, you know, I actually like this change to the charge rifle. I think this is good for the charge rifle right now. I don't see the problem with this.
We're about to go up in the air and just get hit with this.
Oh yeah, this is a hard counter to Valk now. The only thing that I could say that they could change on it, maybe, is the fire rate. They could slow down maybe just a little bit, so where it's like closer to the Havoc, the Red Gun Havoc, where it's on single fire mode. That's the only real objection I can make, but other than that, I really don't have a problem with this fully auto mode for the charge rifle. I feel like it should be, like, the charge rifle was really, in Titanfall, from what I remember, it's been a long time since I've played Titanfall 2, but from what I remember, it was only used against Titans. Like, you could maybe hit players with it, but it was mainly for targeting Titans. So I think it should be able to do this kind of stuff.
What the fuck? PK might be broken now.
Oh yeah, PK's in a good spot right now. Mastiff's cooked. Thank God. Okay, hold on, let's pause again. Actually, I hear what he has to say. Yeah, okay, thank God it blows. Because for the entire first split, and at least the second half, like the quarter, you could say at least a quarter of the second split, this gun has ruled the meta. It has been this gun in the kill feed and Nemesis. You might see a Sentinel from time to time because it was still pretty popular, even though Mastiff was ruling the meta. And it's kind of weird, but I would run Sentinel Mastiff, Charge Rifle Mastiff. But before the changes, I didn't really love the Mastiff with the Charge Rifle because the fire rate was so slow with the Charge Rifle. So I would go Sentinel Eva. But for the longest time, okay, the pros were asking for a change to, if you remember, Mozambiques. The Mozambique has been an irrelevant gun in the meta since launch date, pretty much. It is actually a meme in the game. They have voice lines for this. How bad the Mozam is. It's a meme. Mozambique, yeah. Everybody knows it, right? You hear that in the Lifeline voice. Everybody knows it. Okay, we heard that for months, right? Mozams get nerfed pretty much to the ground. They are C tier. I would put them, personally, just from what I've played. I'm not a pro or anything. Just a simple diamond player here. But I would put them in C or D tier. Easily. I only pick them up off the drop, and that's just to hold space for whatever other shotgun I have. Even with hammy rounds and a bolt, I do not think that Mozams are relevant right now. At least in the rank scene. They're probably okay in pubs. But before all that happened, before they could change it to where it was C tier, D tier, let's look back right now and see what the pros had to say about this. How they criticized the Mozams back then. One of the most useless guns in the meta until one season they became amazing. And then everybody in ALGS ran them. But let's look back and see what they had to say about Mozams.
Yeah, Mozam nerf, finally. How does it feel to play against it? They're still OP as right?
I kind of wish that the Mozambique nerf was a little bit harder. I feel like a little bit more of a balance between PKs and Mastiffs would have been fun, but we'll see.
They have said that about Mozams. Have you heard a single complaint from a pro, content creator, anything like that, anything of that variety about the Mastiff? Have you heard them complaining about getting 2-pumped or 3-pumped with Red Shield? Is that a complaint from them? Oh, no. The time to kill with the Mozams is way too fast. Okay, so they nerfed the Mozam fire rate, even with a bolt. That wasn't enough for them. So then they had to nerf the damage to where they're basically useless now. But this gun wasn't a problem. I'm glad Apex changed this. Thank God they saw what was wrong with the combat. This was a no-skill gun, 100%. You get on top of them, and then you just quick-scope their head. Easy, done. 2-pump. You don't even need a bolt. This thing was so busted. Even without a bolt, you could get away with it. It was that crazy. It was literally like having a Martini Henry up close. If you've ever played Battlefield 1, you know what I'm talking about. They say it's cooked, but I think it's still viable. It's just not as good as it was. It's not a slug shotgun.
And nerf double pump. And nerf the ADS.
Oh, they nerfed double pump. Good, thank God. That was so annoying too. I didn't even have to run into that. Shows you how broken that gun was. You could literally use it as a sniper.
Massive, I still think it's going to be pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's still going to be solid. Like, that's where it should be. It shouldn't hit
max pumps.
Yes, and it should be.
Yeah, it's terrible. Double pumps are not good anymore.
What else did I change?
Double pumps are aggressively slower too. Like if you keep doing it, it's gonna get slower and slower.
Thank God. That was so annoying. Was anybody else annoyed by this? It's like, hey, let's go farm TikTok clips. We'll just double mastiff everybody in pubs. I didn't play pubs. I haven't played pubs pretty much all season. I maybe play like 3 games of pubs total at all. The entire season, I've just been playing ranked because I've been trying to get damage badges. But yeah, thank God. Massive double pump. Thing of the past.
Ooh, the PK is going to be really good, actually.
Yes.
That's so fast.
PK's taking over. This is how the PK should have been.
Dude, it's like a slow shotgun now.
Yeah, it should have been like
PK
that.
on Gibby's going to be insane. For sure on Gibby. All right, chat. Let's
I will agree with that statement. He did get that one right.
Rifle, chat.
I really like Verholst.
Bro, here's normal.
One Evo charge per bullet you hit.
Normal. And here's auto.
Thomas, are you here?
What? What is this? Does that reduce the damage?
What is this?
26. Let me see. 150.
Yeah, just stop shooting the bots. I would have to. Yeah, so they did nerf the damage on it when it goes fully auto, but it's still insane. Yeah, it's still insane, dude.
This might be insane. God, you could cross so much distance with this.
What is 3 stacks of sniper ammo?
Okay, so just to show you guys, hold on one second. Let's pause it right here. Let's take off the webcam. Okay. If you look in the bottom right, I'll zoom in down there. He has literally no shield on. Okay? He's going to get 50 shield back. Let's just press play and watch this right here.
1.
Okay, so you see that? He's get 50 shield regeneration.
2.
And he gets 2 tacks. It's crazy.
Bro, you can go like... With 2 Loba Qs, you get healed 100 shield. And you can go like 150 meters in like 3 seconds.
It's insane. They actually cracked her. This is going to be a hot take, though. I actually think with the way that they have, let's say, molded the game right now, the way that the game plays, I think that Loba really complements the playstyle of the game. Everybody's getting resets, right? Okay, this is the season of the reset. That's what I've called it. The season of the reset. Everybody's going away, running away. Their solos. They're getting killed. Their teams are getting killed. Solos running away to craft, okay? That's all happening. Then they get respawned, and they have 0 loot. So I think the devs are trying to push her more, so everybody that comes back will have more loot, better loot, all that kind of stuff, more ammo. They don't have to worry about that stuff, right? I never really had a problem with this because I would just run flatty sniper most of the time. So all I would really need is like a 2 times for my sentinel when I came back if I ever died. And I can run a bear flatty, like Flatline's the best gun in the game in my opinion. Especially up close. I honestly could think that the Flatline is the best up close AR. Hands down, there are no competitors. The only thing that competes with it in damage, I would say, is the Havoc, but you know, it's just, you gotta learn to use the Havoc, you know, there's a learning curve to the Havoc, so still haven't learned it personally. With it being in the care package as well, I haven't been picking it up. I'd rather just not have that Havoc, honestly. I'm gonna pick up charge. I'd rather have the gold charge rifle than even a Kraber right now. I'm not even kidding. I have been passing up the Kraber. I snipe a lot in this game, and I've been passing up the Kraber for the charge rifle right now. That's how insane this charge rifle is. So it also is going to take a learning curve to get the hang of because it's a little bit different in the way it shoots, but I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
That can't be real.
It is real.
9 million DPS.
Yeah, it's insane.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Motherfuckers said they wanted the devs to add crazy shit, and now they did, and motherfuckers mad.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think this is actually what it is.
Everybody in the community of Apex wants change. They want new content. They want something different. They want something that has... They want to break out of this stale state that Apex is in. Right? No new content. None of that stuff. But then, when Apex busts the game, they can totally like rework the way the game works with the support meta. So it plays completely different now. They bust Mirage to the point where he's going to be meta. Mirage is meta this season. This split right now, Mirage is meta. This split right now, Loba is meta. You can go Mirage, Loba, at least for ranked. I'm not talking about comp here, okay? We're talking about regular players here that just want to play the game. We're not talking about pros. We're not talking about a pro scene, okay? That is a huge problem with the state of this game. First off, everybody complains Second off, the devs don't know who to listen to. Do they listen to the pros? Do they listen to the average players? They've grown a scene on both. And don't get me wrong, ALGS is huge. I watch ALGS. I enjoy watching ALGS. It's fun to see pros compete at that level at one of my favorite games, if not my favorite shooter right now. But, like he's saying, everybody complains. And then, when they go and do some crazy stuff, they complain some more. It's literally a perpetual circle of complaining. And you gotta see it from the devs' perspective. This is like the scales of justice. If they listen too much to the pros, then they're gonna lose their casual base. But if they listen too much to the casuals, then the pros are gonna be kind of upset with the way that the game is, because it's just catering to everybody. Imagine doing that. But regardless, I digress. Yeah, the devs are between a rock and a hard place right now. They are not in a good spot. They got EA above them, they've got the Apex community below them, and they are just right in the middle. And knowing everything that they've come from, I mean, as a Titanfall 2 lover, I mean, a avid enjoyer of Titanfall 2, I don't even know how many hours. I'll look it up after this and see how many hours I have in Titanfall 2. I played the shit out of that whenever it came out, let me tell you. And I didn't even play the first Titanfall, but the second Titanfall was so good. Like, people who haven't played Titanfall, like, they just came into Apex and they had no idea what Titanfall was like before it, they have no idea the heights that this game could offer. But arguably, I mean, it's its own unique experience from Titanfall. It's not trying to be Titanfall, obviously. I mean, it's in the same universe, but this isn't. If you've played any of Titanfall, you know the mechanics aren't the same. They did that event with the Revenant thing where it was like the zombie mode. It was like the infected mode for this game. And for a short period of time, they allowed the movement tech in. Everybody who played Titanfall 2 came into that and said, wow, imagine if they added this for even one character. How crazy that would be. But yeah, just to talk on my original point here, the devs are in a rock and a hard place right here. Just not a good spot for them. Everybody complains. It's perpetual complaining. And that's what's killing the game right now. Uh-oh, here we go. The juicy portion of the video, baby. Yep.
Apparently they fucked it.
Controller, let's go!
I'm switching today. I'm switching. Oh my god, they've actually fucked it.
Oh yeah, let's see you switch over to controller. Sure.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Aww.
Oh my god.
Oh, you poor baby. Dude. These guys. Surely they're being a bit dramatic to be funny for their chats. I'm sure they're obviously streaming, otherwise we wouldn't have VODs to look back at. But regardless, I mean, it's about to get a lot worse. Trust me, this is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the reactions to this thing. This obviously blew up so bad that it took them 24 hours to revert the changes. Everybody in the PC M&K community blew up their Twitter feed so bad, X feed, whatever you want to call it. They blew it up so bad that it only took them 24 hours. They complained to their entire communities, thousands of people. Everyone complains. Everyone says this game is dead, and then you go to people like Imperial How, who gets like 13,000 viewers. I mean, I'm not saying he sits there, but, you know, I've seen him peak way higher. I'll put his peak viewership on the screen right now so you can see it. And he complains to those guys every single day. This guy, he's the definition of a perpetual complainer. Literally, they can do nothing right, and he can do nothing wrong. Just see how he has treated his teammates, his ex-teammates. Look how he treated Jim Burton. Him and Zero said, hey, we're going to make a super team, and then they flopped at every single LAN that they went to. It's absolute dog water, and you know what? He blames the meta for this. He blames the meta. They literally complained about the meta. Even the casters were talking about how this isn't the meta for the Falcons. Oh, okay. It's not the meta for you. It's called adapting. If you can't adapt to your environment, your species is going to die out. I hate to give you another scientific lesson here. You bunch of brain rot motherfuckers, dude. God. Oh, let's get back on the perpetual complaining. Let's see what else they have to say about tap strafing.
But it is,
they said
it's not supposed to be drastic. It's just, I'll read it out. Oh my god.
Bug fixes
It's not supposed to be drastic.
to combat automated movement.
Okay. It's not supposed to be drastic. Let's take that right there. What would you consider drastic? I'm sure getting nerfed by 50% is probably a drastic marker, right? What if it was nerfed by a factor of 3? So, in essence, if it was nerfed another 16% more than that, would that be considered drastic changes to the game? Because 4 years, I've already played the clips. Now, that was their coach. That wasn't any of the players that was talking. But it still represents the general idea. I know he's speaking for his team there. It shouldn't be as drastic. I'm speaking for the Apex community, at least the people who are controller players, who have been constantly shit on. I mean, it just feels like they get nerf after nerf. I mean, they couldn't even have fun with a tap strafe mod. Or, script, whatever you want to call it. But even the PC players have scripts. If you think about it, technically scripts, they can have hotkeys for their heals and all that kind of stuff. They can do... it'd just be like having a back bumper. I mean, that's technically a script. It's doing an action for you. So instead of having to go through the actual emote wheel, I mean, it's very, very litigious once we get down to that kind of point. That's very literal. But still, the point I'm making is, they want to complain about a drastic change. How about nerfing aim assist from 0.6 to 0.2? I'm not even saying that you could have nerfed it. Like, you could have nerfed it down. They already had nerfed it down. At this point, take aim assist out of the game so I don't have to hear another fucking word about aim assist from any of these pros, any of these MK players. I'm done with it. Just take it out of the game. Everybody's on a level playing field. We'll even give you your stupid fucking tap strafe.
At high frame rates.
At high frame rates. This is what I wanted. Okay.
At high frame rates.
Okay, hold on. Let's listen to it one more time.
Be drastic. It's just
outrageous. Oh my god.
So, bug fixes added a buffer to tap strafes to combat automated movement at high frame rates.
Okay, added a buffer to tap strafes, operated movement tech, something like that, at higher frame rates. That's pretty much the phraseology I was trying to talk about in the intro of this video. When I was giving basically a synopsis, trying to tell you guys, okay, how do we get to here? And they had these in the patch notes just yesterday, but they've been removed, so I can't even take a screen grab right now. I couldn't find any videos of it, of people actually reading the patch notes, so I don't have anything for you. But this guy is reading from the patch notes right now. When they're talking about the patch notes, they're all testing it out in the firing range right now. This video was literally probably taken from their stream the moment that the update came out and they had it downloaded. So they're reading from the patch notes right now. That is the phraseology that they used, and that is why they're trying to combat scripts. They're trying to combat scripts. They're not trying to combat tap strafing. They were trying to give it a buffer. And everyone's complaining because they can't turn 180 degrees around in a circle. You can't turn 180 degrees around without using the right octane pad. Well, welcome to the rest of our fucking worlds. Jesus.
That's stupid shit. Where people fucking
it's like neo strafing and shit is what I thought.
Yes, yeah, but that should that should be not like the normal tap strafe.
Okay, so they just brought it up right there. It's not to nerf tap strafes. It's to nerf neo strafing and scripts. These configs that people are running on PC. This is only happening on PC, by the way. This is not happening on console. You can run console right now, and you're not going to run into this kind of stuff. You're not going to see neo strafing. 1, because they can't tap strafe, and 2, because you can't cheat. You can't run your scripts on there. You can't run your Zens. Okay, so PC has a huge cheating problem as opposed to console. I'm not saying console doesn't have a cheating problem. Yeah, there's a cheating problem there, especially in high ranks when you get up there. It's gotten a lot better, though. It has gotten a lot better. A couple seasons ago, it was in a horrible state. People were flying around the map doing, that spin botting stuff, just killing everybody. That and teaming. Teaming is really bad on console. You get 6 and 9 mans going in console and just, running through the lobbies. But that hasn't happened. People are getting banned. I'm not saying they're doing it manually, but they're obviously figured out some way to slow it down because it's not as bad. Maybe the cheaters aren't playing because the player count's down. They don't see it as fun. But really, I think it's because Apex has made changes to the game, and so has Xbox, PlayStation. Yeah, what are we missing out here on? I wonder which one we're missing out on there.
Fuck my PS. Fuck it.
The nerf aim assist and nerf mouse and key. Let's go.
Yes, okay. Nerfed aim assist. Nerfed mouse and key. Where's the... They are trying to balance it. Okay, here's the thing that no one talks about, and it's totally obvious, is this was always going to be an inevitability, okay? It was always going to come down to this. It was always going to be controller versus MNK, okay? This is why I don't promote cross-platform play, okay? If you're going to play cross-platform, it should be PlayStation, Xbox. That's just my personal opinion. And if you want to go play PC, if you want to go play controller on PC, hey, go put yourself on that disadvantage, buddy. But regardless, I think they should have been split up. They should have never been put together. I know that Respawn and EA were trying to get on the big hype. It's like, oh, we can play on all platforms now, just like Fortnite. But because this change happened in 2020, it was October 2020, so it was a little bit after the game came out. But it was like when that big push, everybody was doing this cross-platform play. Everybody was kind of like pushing for that. So, you know, Apex got in on the bandwagon. Here we are later.
Momentum fucked. You just don't move.
I'm only half the hero.
Oh my god, tap strafing!
Yo. Oh, that was golden.
Where did they change that? Added a buffer to tap strafes to combat automated movement tech.
Movement strafes.
Here we go.
Like, you can't like full turn anymore.
They're gonna revert that. People are gonna complain like crazy.
Yep, and guess what? Guess what, Verhols? They did. They did. It didn't even take them a day to change it. Not even a day to turn it back. And this wasn't even a combat to the problems with neo-strafing. Here's an example of neo-strafing. We've already seen examples of neo-strafing. I've had them clips in the background. You know, we've talked about it earlier. Tell me how that's fair. Tell me how that's fair. And that's what they're trying to combat. They see that this is a problem. They see that you can't track that. They want to talk about aim assist. Okay, our aim assist got nerfed to the fucking ground now. Yeah, right? How am I supposed to track that? Everyone says run 4-3 linear. You're not tracking that shit on 4-3 linear, man.
Cringe like neo strafe stuff. They bounced it, made it too bad, I think.
What Nocturnal say tap strafing is dead.
Yeah, they see what they needed to. They're gonna figure out how to combat this. Okay, it's just gonna take time. No one in the Apex community has an ounce of fucking patience. Not 1 ounce, man. Not one.
Yeah, 180.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, do the 180. Oh, what the fuck? I can't go 180 in a circle. Oh, damn. This game is dog shit now. Yo.
Oh, no. Like
oh, no. Yeah.
Like, I'm
oh, this shit cracks me up, man. They don't even see it. Like, that's the funny thing to me. Is like they don't even see how hypocritical it is. Like, they don't even see an ounce of it. There's zero shame.
Trying to go like in an S, you know, where you go forward, left, and then
yeah, you get holy shit, you can't lurch.
It's not like you can't
yeah, yeah, it's gone, man.
Marvel Rivals, guys.
Yeah, we'll see you on Marvel. Yeah. Fucking go, man. Just go. No one cares. No one cares. Just leave. You want to go play a different game because you don't enjoy this game anymore? Just go.
Why would they?
Yeah, it's over. Yeah. It's actually over.
You're trying to make it like just casual friendly controller game for console players.
Okay, most brain dead statement of the entire fucking video so far. The entire one. They're trying to cater to console players and make it more friendly to them. Okay, let's think about that statement for a second. Because console players don't have to deal with fucking tap strafing, man. Like, it is absolutely brain dead to the point where there aren't words for it. Like, I cannot rebut this because there is no logical statement, no logical argument presented to me to rebut. Simply put, console players only play with PC players if they're queued in with a PC teammate, if they have a PC teammate in their lobby. And that's what I've been doing. I did it for the past 2 seasons. I've been putting up with this stuff, and I've complained anecdotally, like to my friends, obviously, but I haven't been pushed to the point where I want to record a video, react on camera, and publicly humiliate the game because they changed it in a way that I disagree with. And there have been plenty of changes that I've disagreed with, trust me. But if that is your take, if your take is they're trying to make it friendly to console players by nerfing tap strafing, I would like to present the term to you called circular reasoning. Because, homie, all they do is live in a fucking circle, man. They live in a circle. Their logic goes in a circle, and their perpetual complaining. It's just circular reasoning, circular complaining. It's all a fucking circle. And now they can't go in a circle because they can't tap strafe.
Wait, tap strafing is out of the game, I think. Wait.
I think it's
no, not for long, buddy.
Is it like recoil?
Wait, Raven,
yeah,
no. They like, I'm pretty sure they nerfed tap strafing.
They did, yeah, but it's not removed. It's just limited. Like, they
Debatable.
limited how far you can, like...
I would change the phraseology there, but
Nerf that fraud, you could.
Why the fuck would they do that?
Okay, you can do
why the
like
fuck would they do that? Why the fuck would they do that? Yo, they can say that. They can say it like that. And then not question it at all when they nerf aim assist. To the ground. Take it out. Take it out. 0 aim assist. Please.
Good because people used to just like spam it. Put like macros on it.
Yep. Okay. He at least had the wherewithal to see that. Like, he can go from saying, why the fuck did they do that? In that voice and tone. And then, literally in like the next 2 minutes, he says that. Like, it's just crazy to me. Okay, this one might hurt me a little bit. Because I actually do like Fade. But, whew, man, we're about to get some dog shit takes this video.
Dude, they just made this game more unathletic. Oh, it's so gross. Fucking boomer devs. I need to see it.
Yeah, okay, so because Fade is funny, man.
Roof jump? I mean, we can do it like... I think we can get to a roof, right?
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Awkward. It seems you have to hold your direction.
He's not going to be able to run Fragment.
Yeah, it just shows unathletic. Ew. It's so gross.
Like, look at that.
It's so...
That's still so close to a 180 that I would call that a 180. But that is apparently gross.
Gross.
This is a movement tech that I don't even have. I don't even have access to this. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't have access to this, but apparently it's gross.
Yeah, you know the weird thing? If you play Octane, you might have to run the red pad, unironically.
Oh my god, like everybody else in the game that can't tap strafe? Imagine, dude. Imagine.
What?
See, he doesn't even know how to use it because he's so used to tap strafing.
Red pad, you have to hold W.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just it is so here's the thing is that movement is a crutch to these players. It's like Horizon being a crutch to Apex players. It's like they can only do one thing. They can do one thing and they can do it really good. And that's tap strafing. If they can do that, that's literally all they do. I think he says that here in this video.
Jesus Christ. It's so cringe.
It is cringe. It's very cringe. It's very cringe complaining about this when it really isn't that bad. You can still get around corners. You can bend yourself around a corner. We've already talked about this. I'm not going into this in further detail. Not for this.
You can still do it, but it's like barely. So it's like pretty much think of someone who's just learning tap strafing. That's the POV of anyone who knows how to do it now. They just look like unathletic, like fucks who just learned how to do it.
You just go complain on Twitter, bro, and they'll change it for you.
Oh yeah, like it looks like you're someone who's like failing a tap strafe because you're trying to learn it. Oh, it's so fucking awkward. Just think it. Yeah, someone who like doesn't know they removed it, if they watched a random YouTube video and they fucking see this shit, they're gonna think like you're trying to tap strafe and you're like failing. Oh, even wall bounces there.
Look at that shit,
really
man.
Gotta work for the tap strafe. I think what they're doing, chat, they realize their game is like dead, so they're catering the controller completely. I think that's what's going on. They're just they're full sending, hoping it like revives the game, and they're just gonna full send controller. Quad.
He can't say it. He can't say any valid criticism without saying the game is dead. It is every single creator, man. It is every pro. It is every creator. It is every player. It's every comment section you see. Is Apex dead? And then they'll go and play for 12 hours. Like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But what he also doesn't realize is that when they nerfed controller, they also buffed Bang and Blood. Does anyone remember this meta? When they were running Blood Bang, and it was just M&K players running the scene. It was a full M&K 3-man that won the ALGS that year. Like, come on. We've got to see this for what it is. They swung it to M&K, and everyone said, holy shit, this is the most cringe fucking meta I've ever seen. Even though they say that for every meta. But I will honestly agree, that is my least favorite meta, was the Bang Blood Catalyst meta that came out during that time. That was just so annoying. That was just giving Preds free kills on golds and plats. That's exactly what it was. They took away the aim assist for controller players, which I think that's fine. I think there should be a mechanic to take away aim assist, like smoke, 100%. I have no problem with that. But then you go in here, and you have Bloodhound, M&K Bloodhound, ulted. He can see through that shit, and he's lasing you from across the map while they've smoked you from a higher position. They're literally over 100 meters away, and they're lasing you through the smoke. They want to complain about how broken aim assist is up close, and then they're beaming me through smoke 200 meters away? Get out of here, man.
Bags? Wait, if I click that, does everyone get a gold bag all of a sudden? That is so weird. It's kind of sad that you get a speed boost, and then you can't even, like, tap strafe.
Yo,
Waddle. Like, all
there aren't words for it. There aren't words. I mean, that's literally the thing. Like, it's such a crutch to all M&K players because they know. They know if they learn this movement tech that is only available to them, that they will have an advantage in combat and movement. It's that simple. They can't play the game without this.
I'm not mad at the Mirage or the Lobo change. It's just like, why the tap strafe thing? I feel like rollers
Classic.
are in a good place. MNK's in a good place. Like, I feel like everyone was chilling. Like, am I wrong? I feel like everyone was like good with what, like, the inputs. I don't know. It's weird.
Man, like, I guess from their perspective, it probably feels better that they can't get tracked by like 4 extra bullets when they're doing their neo strafing shit and mantle jumping up on roofs and fragment. He's about to go and test mantle jumping. I've seen this video. He's gonna go test mantle jumping, and he's gonna get mad that he can't do it. At least as good as it was back in the day when tap strafing you could win. But yeah, I mean, there aren't words for it. I mean, they complained about aim assist until it was nerfed to the ground, and then they get a change to one movement tech. Literally one movement tech. It's obviously a crutch because they're complaining about it this much. They complained about it until the devs took it back and replaced it, reverted it, whatever you want to say. It's just so bad, man. It's so bad. Like, the M&K players, they want to be catered to so hard, and then complain when controller players get one quality of life buff. That's what I would consider this, is a quality of life buff for controller players because of neo strafing and certain movement techs like that. That's basically what it comes down to, man. I mean, you can't really root out the configs and all that stuff. They're trying to combat that. They're trying to combat scripts. They're trying to combat Zen. Everything that plays for them. The automated movement tech is what they called it. But that's the problem. It's an automated movement tech. It's something that can't naturally be done. I'm sure there are certainly players that have learned to do it naturally, okay? But I shouldn't be running into them every other game. I've got neo strafe. I'm gonna have to start putting clips together of me getting neo strafed on. But you guys have already seen what neo strafing does, so I mean, it's just, let's just keep going.
I'm not too pressed about it though. I don't even play this game. I play it here and there.
Yeah, oh yeah, go play Marvel Rivals, dude.
8 hours of Marvel Rivals.
Yep.
The controller was pretty balanced. Like, I was not dying
it's so funny.
to aim assist
Here it is.
as I used to. Like, I felt like
yeah. Oh
wow.
Wow. I thought controller was really balanced because I wasn't dying to aim assist as much as I used to. Man, because I was tap strafing around their bullets and they couldn't track me.
Now it's just they got it on one side again. They're probably going for that though.
It's on one side, he says. One side.
All
Okay.
the players that play this game are
sure.
Controller. It's probably like 95%. They gotta appeal to their market. Oh wait, did they change the charge? Wait, I gotta see this.
Okay, that is a literal non-argument, okay? He says they have... I'm sure he's not even arguing. He's trying to be sarcastic, I think. But the whole point that they're trying to appeal to their base, okay? If they were appealing to their base right now, then what were they doing beforehand when they were catering to the 3%? The pros, the M&K players. I mean, it's just fucking brain dead. It is actually brain dead.
Alright, I need to test the tap strafe in the building, so I have not.
This
done
is
that yet.
it.
We need to survive so I can test it. It's very weird for me because my
Let's see it fade.
Playstyle is tap strafing.
Wow. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We gotta hear that one more time.
That's it. It's very weird for me because my entire playstyle is tap strafing.
There you go. I mean, there's nothing else I can say for this. There's nothing else. This is it summed up into a sentence.
Okay, let me see.
Holy shit! It's broken!
Oh, that's not real.
No, this game is horrible now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I can't get onto a zip that's directly above. I can't get onto a roof off a zip line that's directly above me because I mantle jumped and then tap strafed. How fucking sweaty do you have to be at this game to be complaining about this? For real, for real.
Oh, we're cut.
Yep, this game is horrible now. I'm gonna go play Marvel Rivals because I can't get on a roof off of a mantle jump and a tap strafe combined. Like,
if you play this game solely for movement and you're questioning whether you should keep playing the game, I would quit right now. If you play this game solely for movement, you shouldn't keep playing it. There's no point.
this is the problem. This is truly the problem. What else is there to say to that? I mean, he's spitting to his obviously large audience. How many times have we covered this already? Pros just shitting on the game for no reason. Stop playing the game. Go play Marvel Rivals. Why not? Honestly, at this point, I wish they would and just stop playing Apex and shitting on the game while they're playing it at the same time, and doing it every day, and doing it in front of their audience that also plays Apex every day, that, continues to shit on the game in the comments, in their comment section, in their Twitch chats, and all that kind of stuff. But, yeah, let's just all shit on the game. Every single one of us in the community, and things will get better.
Class consoles, bins, beacons, and package scans. Oh my god! What?
Nah, this is cancer. It's like, why
Cancer.
would you ever play Mirage
Yeah.
when you can load up the game Marvel Rivals and
This is it. This is it, man. This is it. Just go play Marvel Rivals. Stop complaining, and put your money where your mouth is. That's the real thing here. I mean, they're going to do this for hours. They're doing it on their Twitch channels. They're doing it on their YouTubes. They're doing it on X, on Twitter. I mean, the list goes on and on. It is the same how many times have I had to stop and say the exact same thing that I've already said before?
just give it up, man.
Just exactly, give it up. Give it up and go play Marvel Rivals and stop fucking talking about this game. If you want to kill this game, stop fucking talking about it.
Was variable. They're brainworms. But we've been known this, right? Now you can never grapple up. The only thing that made Pathfinder...
I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I don't agree with the Pathfinder nerf to his grapple, but 100% to his zipline. 100%. But for him to call somebody a brainworm is very rich. 100% it is a rich statement to come from this guy. This is one of the hottest shit take factories on Twitch right now for Apex.
Not discipline. But now if you do that, if you fuck up your grapple, it is a 30-second cooldown.
Yeah.
Big L.
I don't know how I feel
Massive
about
L.
that. Gotta be honest there. Oh no, this is gonna be... Okay, I'm just gonna pause it right now. This is the most controversial part of the video, I would say easily. This guy's a big TikToker, a big streamer. He's in the Soar clan, as you can see right here. Okay, he's a pro. He's playing a game for money. Let's see what his take on this game is then. He must like this game, right?
Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. I also think I had... The reason why my dead slide is happening is because of VSync being on triple buffered, and this gets rid of it and puts it on 300 FPS, which you can't do movement on. You can't do proper sliding on... What's it called?
You're complaining about 300 FPS. I play on 60. Just want that to be known. I know it can go up to 120 on console. I play on 60 FPS. This is one of the most entitled views of all PC gaming.
So like you can no longer do...
Yeah, you can't properly...
Yuki strafes.
Damn, you can't Neo strafe anymore. Holy shit, this game is dead.
Razes, which is nice. Do that. The problem I have is this. You can't 180-degree tap strafe a pad.
Oh my god, that's horrible. This game is dead. This game is so bad. Why would they ever change that? I don't see a single problem with being able to go in a circle. Do you?
Completely gets rid of Octane. Octane's a dog shit character.
Oh no. Now he's bad. Now he's bad because I have to use his regular red jump pad like everybody else. Oh my god. I don't even want to play this game anymore.
He's so bad, it's disgusting. That is what my problem is now Octane is so fucking useless. Use the red pad. Wait, you actually might be onto something.
Yo. He had to get told by his Twitch chat that the red pad even fucking existed because he's been living in his crutch life of tap strafing for so long. For so long. It's hilarious to me.
Tap strafe super glides like you used to be able to. Yeah,
oh no.
It's still shit.
It's the worst game in the fucking world. It's the worst shooter in the market.
Bugged because sometimes I can tap strafe forward like that. You see that? And sometimes I'm just stuck. One of my favorite things in the game is gone, by the way, which is
No. One of your favorite things in the game. The only thing that you live for in this game.
But doing it like a large strafe circle up onto the where I just was. Yeah, that's dog shit.
This game's horrible, man.
You just gotta hold a side input. It's still terrible.
Oh, it's so bad. You can go in a circle.
It feels so tacky and gross.
You can literally go back to the fucking jump pad, but this is so bad, man. It's the worst game in the world.
It made Octane terrible. Just look at the direction you want to go. Wait, hold up. So like,
he doesn't even know. Like he doesn't even know how to use it, man. This is the problem. This is the entire problem. This is why they added this in. I honestly think it would be good. This is a good change in my opinion. I think you need the red pad in order to do this. That's why they added it into the game. They wanted to give console players, controller players, because, you know, that's two different things. Even though it's the same, it's two different things at the same time. The same, but different. They wanted to give them the opportunity to see what it was like to tap strafe off a jump pad. That's the only reason they added this in. And really, I think they should have just made it to where you can only tap strafe off the red jump pad. Even if you can actually tap strafe.
do I still hold W? Whoa. Yeah, that's just not as strong. That's what Apex needed. Guys, guess what? You know what this game still has nothing of? New content. We just lost something, and we got nothing. I actually wouldn't...
I mean, we literally just got a new map last season. Like, there's not an ounce of gratefulness in these guys' bodies. Like, they play this game every day for money, for views, for clout, to build their brand, because that's what it is. I mean, he's literally branded himself off of this game. This game's dog shit, though.
Say that there was like a whole new 3 new maps got added, bunch of new shit just to make it so people would play the game.
I mean, he's talking about new maps getting added right now, and there was one last season, dude. Like, brain rot.
Man, I don't want to say that I can get used to this. I'm gonna say all the macro users are just gonna find a way to break through it. I'm not accepting it. Don't
this is what they're trying to combat in the first place, okay? I'm not even disagreeing with that point. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of cheat, because that's what macros are scripts, okay? That's what we're talking about here. Macros are 100%. They're gonna find a macro to bypass this, even if they do implement it and figure out a way to get it fixed. I don't know how you would say fixed, but you know, if they come up with some solution to the problem that the game has right now.
I'm not letting the most unique mechanic I've ever seen in a video game, where you're able to literally turn your mouse after, so you do a slide jump, right? The second that you slide jump.
Yeah, I mean, it is his crutch. It is their crutch, man. It's his favorite thing that he's ever seen in a video game. Let's continue.
Turning your mouse, you can start scrolling to redirect in that direction.
Yes, tap strafe tutorial.
You wanted to.
Thank you.
Like, that is just, wait.
By the way, that's not even, I'm sure that takes time to learn, but this, based off of that description, does that even sound hard to do? Does that even seem like it requires skill? You turn your mouse and then you roll a scroll wheel? And that causes you to bend in a 180? That's fair.
What the fuck? That's so fast. That's not right. Was I tripping? Was that
Yeah,
it?
this is what I wanted to see.
Compared to normal?
Yep.
Are you just
Let's
like
see it.
pushing inside of the Oh my fuck! Good job, Respawn! You're a bunch of fucking morons! Come the fuck here. Come the
Okay, this is the problem with society in general at this point. Hold on, let's just go a little closer.
You are stupid as fuck! You stupid fucking dev team!
This is it, man. This is the problem. These people are perpetually online. They live their lives online. They say shit like this on the internet that they would never say to the actual dev team if they met them in person. I think this is a problem with our society right now, is we're just too perpetually online. And obviously the effects of that are boiling over into this game, because they just go off on rants like this. I mean, he's berating the dev team because of a video game. He's saying fuck you to the dev team because of a video game. The same dev team that provided him the lifestyle that he lives now. It's just so ungrateful. It's so narcissistic. I mean, I could bring out the fucking thesaurus for these guys, but they don't warrant it. I mean, they don't even warrant a response, really, but it's gotten to the point where it's boiling over. And I know personally, I've already had enough of Pro's takes on most of the updates, but this has just been the cherry on top as far as I'm concerned.
Clip that! Clip this!
Clip it! Clip it! Somebody clip it! Somebody clip me talking shit about the devs. How narcissistic do you have to be, man?
Fucking shit now! Revert it! What are you doing? Oh my god, dude, it's so bugged. Hold on. I gotta do it again. Wait, hold on. It's so...
This is the craziest part of the whole video, I swear.
Neo Strafe is still in the game. They're so dumb.
Like, he's literally laughing about how absurd this is, but he was doing this with Octane, if not worse. His lurching capabilities with Octane, not just from super glides and tap strafes, all that kind of stuff. This dude can obviously Neo Strafe. He doesn't need scripts, okay? This guy's very talented at the game. He's very skilled, which I have no problem with, okay? If you learn a certain skill set and it happened to get nerfed, obviously you would be upset, okay? I can understand why he's upset. But he can't see the absurdity that got nerfed, this got buffed. He thinks this is horrible, but he thought Octane was okay. He thought being able to Neo Strafe was okay, but this is not. Like, he literally cannot see the hypocrisy or the double standard that he is living in. And at the same time as him being willfully blind about all of this, he's calling the dev team shit. He's berating the dev teams, calling them shit, telling them they're human POSs, and everybody in his chat should clip it and send it to him.
Stupid dev team. Zero testing goes into anything.
See what I'm talking about? This is it.
I'm gonna fucking punch you. Full fucking cam. I'm gonna fucking... Fuck you. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of you. Face fuck. Sorry, in-game, obviously. Is Apex dead? I mean, it actually might be from this. It just makes the game for MNK players less fun to learn.
Oh. Yo. Okay. The game's dead because MNK players can't tap strafe. Can't do a Neo Strafe. Damn, the game is dead, man. The game's dead. The game's dead. Full stop. Game is dead. I mean, this is the autopsy, the obituary, whatever you want to call it. The game is dead because people can't tap strafe on MNK. 3% of players can't tap strafe on MNK. The game's dead.
Can't even like chain the Raz without losing momentum. That makes me want to die.
This is a video game that he's blowing up about, by the way. Okay, that entire rant that he just went on, this is all about a video game. This is what we have to remind ourselves of. This is a fucking video game, guys. Okay? It's a game. Why are we acting like fucking children? I know, just go play Fortnite if you're gonna act like a child.
I'm not gonna lie, I think if somebody told me 2 years ago that Mirage was gonna be meta in Apex Legends, that I would have told them that they were brain dead.
Yeah, man, we're not allowed to
For real.
criticize the game. Just gotta shut up and be positive. They just break the same things over
No. No. You can criticize the game, man. If you have a legitimate criticism. That's the whole point here. It's literally just complaining. It is just perpetual complaining. He's complaining about not being able to complain right now. How meta is this guy? He's complaining about not being able to complain. That is crazy, man.
I would have told them that they were brain dead.
Yeah, man, we're not allowed to criticize the game. Just gotta shut up and be positive.
There you go.
They just break the same things over and over and expect us to be Muppets. I don't even mind the meta, it's just the fact that they just keep breaking the game. You can't even...
Do I literally have to spell this out? Like, in one sentence, he says, I don't even mind the meta, but they just keep breaking the game. There's no response for that.
Even see the zone half the fucking game. Like imagine
Actually,
we
every
go to
single time there's a patch.
Imagine we go to fucking LAN and it's an end game top 3. You're at match point and you're just dying the zone because you can't fucking see it. Like imagine like how bad. And then imagine from a spectator POV. Like
hey, that's fair. That's a fair criticism. I can't complain against this one. I've seen a bunch of I haven't seen it happen in ranked. I will say that, but I don't know what it is about them and the lands that they're doing, or like the private lobbies. I'm not sure what's going on with scrims, but you can't see the ring. It's causing him to die. It caused him to die. Actually, as the time of recording of this video is yesterday, but
people are casting, you don't even see the fucking zone. Like you're just dying. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they do need to fix that.
Like even before this patch, and they didn't even fix it, and now it seems like it's even worse.
Well, they just re-break it every patch. It's like every time they make a patch, it's like a problem again. Like they'll like fix it after a while, and then it's broken for like 2 weeks, and they'll fix it, and then they break it again.
Yeah, that, and then the fucking tap strafe shit is just like fucking insane that they broke that again too. And we don't even know if that's like on purpose or not, because apparently it was in the patch notes. And they also like
okay. It's in the patch notes, man. It's in the patch notes. Obviously, we know it was on purpose now. Okay, because they've reverted it. Just brain dead, man. Brain dead.
I don't know how I feel about Mirage yet. Like, I don't know if that character's like, I don't know. It's really up to Zero. It's like way better. I would have to like play Mirage himself to like dictate whether or not the character is good or not to be played.
Oh, he's good, buddy.
Newcastle, it's like hard to tell.
Hold on. I've been maining Mirage. Okay, this was before his update. I was maining Mirage because of the support meta, and Mirage is really more of a skirmisher than he is a support. But they've got him in the support class now, so we're playing Mirage, and he's been doing really well for me. I mean, this is the highest I've ever gotten in ranked. I'm Diamond 2 right now. Should have been Diamond 1, but they changed it to Olympus, and I lost 300 RP today, so that was no fun.
Like, it's actually pretty insane to like, or like sad to think about. Like, my expectations of patches are so minimal and like so low to the point where like they literally even go below standard or like the bare minimum of just like they like make a patch, but then they break the game in other ways. And it's just like, why can't we just have a patch, like one that doesn't break shit, and two that like actually is included in the patch notes? Like things are just changed and not even told. Like we as players...
Okay, here's something that was changed. I'm just gonna throw this out here. It's something that I've noticed. I don't know if it's this update or not, but at the beginning of this season, whenever everybody, I mean, you're just spamming revives, right? Bunch of Mobies going down, and lagging would be a really bad problem. Like you get there'd be two certain indicators that you would definitely get. One is the player targeting, or like targeting indicator, which basically shows is your position on the map. This is how Apex tracks your position on the map, basically. That jumps around a lot, and you get packet loss a lot. Those are two really bad things to be happening, and it hasn't happened to me, at least since the update happened. I know this is only a day old, but this is even back since the split. So the split obviously had an update that had something addressing it. That was a huge problem. I don't know if any of you guys have encountered this problem. Let me know if you have. But there are things that have been broken. They're adding new mechanics to the game, right? So they're gonna have to fix and work through bugs. This is nothing. Has anyone ever seen a Call of Duty launch? Yeah, me either. Let me rephrase that. Has anyone seen a full game Call of Duty launch? Me either, because every single one since they digitalized has been absolutely horrid. It's been mishandled. There are huge file sizes. There are plenty of bugs. You know, the COD community complains about that too, but, you know, at least they're not fucking crybabies.
Like,
every single day.
No, the game does that. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Every single patch. It's just like, come on, man.
Every single patch. I mean, literally every single patch. This is what they say. It's these same words.
This is the second.
It is broken record nonsense.
Time they like fucked the tap strafing thing. Don't know how they did that. Zone is still invisible. Still not patched somehow.
Need to patch that.
2 seconds later.
It's from the other team.
My audio just turned off. What the fuck is going on? Bro.
Trying to come up.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah, I did see the Raven clip. I'm going to
there is one thing that it comes out of this that's really good, and that is always Imperial Hal Rage. S tier, beautiful every time.
Retiring from Apex and observing the scene from a distance allows you to really reflect on things you did that did not help the growth of the esport. You guys are actively slaughtering the hand that feeds you and you don't even realize it. Non-stop complaints about one meta literally every single...
He's reading from text post that was on X right now. I just want to clarify for anybody who doesn't know. This is a former pro. Okay, and he's breaking down the state of the game right now. This is what we're ending the video on. It's because it's so important. This is Tech speaking the truth of the toxicity, the level of toxicity in the Apex community.
Non-stop complaints about one meta, literally every single one, spitting.
Yep.
Legend changes, spitting.
Yep.
LGS map rotation, spitting.
Any map rotation.
Bashing, example, on Madness, kinda. General unprofessionalism with orgs. That's facts.
Yeah, that's a huge problem in the pro scene. Nobody acts like a professional in the pro scene. They are literally babies. They are fucking children, man.
Those points, for sure. If I had 2 orgs tell me they would not invest in Apex further because of the toxic immaturity from the Apex pro scene. Everyone wants the esport to thrive, but most people don't understand the weight their public image carries and how impactful the words actually are.
Yep.
You are all actively participating in robbing yourselves of a reliable future. For the love of God, please stop publicly shitting on
I mean, this is what he's about to go over right here. But this is their future, man. And they are just carelessly, shamelessly, and I think the biggest word, the best word I can say for it is ungrateful. Everybody in the Apex community, it seems just totally ungrateful to the type of unique experience that Apex has provided. I'm not saying it's perfect, okay? You're never going to have perfect when it comes to the gaming community. That's never going to happen. You're not going to be able to please everybody. That's not going to happen in life. You're not going to be able to please everybody, okay? That's life. I mean, that's just a sad reality to the world we live in. The public bashing that's been going on, I mean, this is what this tweet is basically dissecting to a T right now. And this is coming from a pro. This is no longer me, a Diamond player, saying this. This is a former pro talking about this. And he's waking up to it too, man. Everybody should wake up to it. This is the whole reason I want to make this video. I think everybody should wake up to the fact that we're killing the game that we love. They talk about Apex dying, and then they'll get on it and play it for fucking 6 hours a night. Shut the fuck up, man.
Complaining about every single new change Apex/LGS decides to make. A single change that I can think of has ruined LGS, but I can name endless examples of viewers or orgs refusing to participate in LGS because of players. A fucking fantastic take. Changes do suck and are underwhelming, and that's totally fine, and I agree with that. Dude, this is like such a tiring fucking debate because I've been talking about this for years.
Yes.
I'm like so over it. It is genuinely mind-boggling how unprofessional Apex pros are.
Thank God. Okay, this is Nicewig, okay? This isn't some rando scrub. This is Nicewig, one of the biggest Apex streamers in the fucking scene. Saying this. It's not me saying it. It's not some rando. This is a guy who covers the game on the daily, who is paid basically to watch video games. He's going to say that here in a second. Okay? Everybody that you see on screen right now is involved in Apex in some way, including me. And unlike them and him, he's actually been genuinely positive towards the game. The only thing he hasn't liked is the new Pathfinder nerf, but god damn, that was so annoying. He needed his nerf. Yeah, I love Pathfinder. I was a Pathy main when the game first came out. I used the grapple guy on Titanfall 2. That was my guy. I love grapples and shooters, okay? I love that kind of playstyle. But hell, my god. It was so annoying. You would get to your god spot. You would get a perfect position, okay? You're in the top 10, you're top 5, whatever. It doesn't really matter, okay? And then you get one person on your team that gets cracked. Probably the rando because you're duo queuing. Maybe even you're solo queuing here. So one of your teammates get down, or maybe even it's you because you overpeaked, okay? Anything can happen in Apex, you know? Regardless, okay? One of you guys gets knocked. Somebody gets knocked on your team. That was a guaranteed Pathfinder grapple, guaranteed Pathfinder zip for his team where they take 50% less damage, which I was actually okay with until it's its whole team flying up on top of you, just a Newcastle wall straight down to where you are at, and then wiping your entire team, because that's the only way to do it. That is the only character that can offer that kind of stuff, and while that does make him unique, he should be used. He shouldn't be to the point where he is literally the only one that is picked. If you played ranked this season, in every game, you were guaranteed to see at least 10 Pathfinder teams. Okay, so that's half the lobby. Or Pathfinder teams. I would guarantee, I'll put my money down that you would see at least half. And the ones that were really good were the ones that were like the Preds, of course. You know, the Preds were obviously running Pathfinder because they just want to kill farm, you know. But for everybody who's just, you know, who struggles to get into Masters like I do, this is going to be the first season I ever get into Masters. If I even do. But I'm on a pretty good pace right now. I got a whole month to get in there right now. Everybody who plays just for the casual experience, but wants to push themselves to a certain level, you know, for a badge or, you know, just for the status of it, whatever you want to do, okay? Those players are getting reamed by the Preds. We're not even going to talk about the matchmaking right now. That's a whole different discussion. They want to... These Preds will complain. These pros will complain about everything except the matchmaking when they're in ranked. They're 3-stack Preds and they're going up against golds and plats. It is horrible. It's egregious. It's because they need to fill lobbies in PC. The player count's down all around, so they're just trying to fill lobbies right now. So they're putting plats and golds in there with Preds. It should never happen. Full stop. We'll call it there. We'll leave it to another discussion another day. But like I was saying, everybody on this screen is involved in Apex in some way. And yet it's all negative except for the 2 people with face cams right now. Except for the guy in the middle right here. He doesn't count. Is literally just shitting on the game to every one of their viewers. Each one of them has their own community, and they all constantly shit on it.
Courses about public image, bro, and social media.
Yes, yes.
I will tell you right now, this is going to be a really hard reality for like 90% of Apex pros, and no one's going to want to hear this, but I will gladly say it. Once this game dies, brother, 90% of Apex careers will die with it.
Yep. And so why are we trying to kill it? Why do we keep saying this game is dying? It's not even close to dead. Siege has been going for 9 years. I know that's an exception, right? But it has a very similar player count right now. This game isn't even close to dead. These guys obviously have never played. Everybody in the Apex community has never played the game Aliens vs. Predator. Only a very small amount of people will even know what I'm talking about right now. This is a game where there were maybe 300 people in the game at a given time. 300! I mean, it's a very tiny, small game. Very tiny. I would literally wait. Me and Noah would play this game when we were a lot younger. Okay, this is like PS3. I'm pretty sure this is PS3. It had to be PS3. Yeah, it was like PS3 and Xbox, the old one. I think it's 360 back then. But regardless, this game would take forever. The queue times were insane. We would literally sit in a lobby, like just a loading screen, a random loading screen for like 30 or 40 minutes to play like 4 games, maybe, if that. Okay, this is just a queue into the first game, and then hopefully the people that you're playing with don't leave, because then you have to sit there for another 40 minutes. We would do that just to get into like 4 games a day, you know, just to enjoy that game, because it was such a fun game. We would get on there, sit in there and wait, and play it. My point being, that is a dead game. That's a dead game. We're not even fucking close to that.
Gaming career will die alongside of it.
Not yet.
It will mainly be because of what you have done during Apex Legends to make it that way. Not taking streaming seriously.
You know, the peak of Apex was like, it was 2023. It was like mid-2023. That's not that long ago. But all those new players, including me who came in, I came in the time that Catalyst shows up. I've already talked about that. But even me, when I was a new player that came in, it has been everything that I have heard up until this point. Besides Ballistic, everybody did like Ballistic at the time. Now he just gets dumped on. But everybody considers Ballistic F tier. But when he came out, he was really good. He was a lot of fun to play in ranked. He was insane in ranked. If you ran into a Ballistic team in ranked, oh my god, that thing, you were over. If they had their ult and you didn't, you were dead. It was over. Everybody just damage farmed you. And that was it. But like I was saying, ever since then, it has just been constantly shitting on this game.
Your career seriously, you will not move on to another game. A lot of players will not. A lot of players, when games die, their esports careers will die with it. And that is a harsh reality that no one is really ready for. And right now, the reality is, Apex is on its last limbs when it comes to ALGS. It is doing well, but at any moment, bro, this game could be gone. And the sad reality is that your career will fall, and it will be because of no one.
That's the thing, man. I mean, that is the thing. I mean, it's not there yet. It's close. Don't get me wrong. Like, it could have a bounce back. Everybody has down times. The Apex is not in a great state for the player count. Obviously, they've had, I mean, what is it? 600,000 was their peak player count. And now it's like they average 56,000 or something each day. So it's somewhere in the 50,000s, okay? I mean, there's still a lot of people playing this game. But it's just crazy to me. All the reactions that we've seen today in this video. Just the way that pros act nowadays. The way that content creators react around this game. Except for Nicewig. Nicewig genuinely loves this game. I mean, I feel like I have the same genuine love that Nicewig does. Like, I genuinely love this game. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put together this 30-minute video or whatever it is. It's probably a bloated video at like 40 minutes at this point. But it's because I love the game. I want to save it. If even one person comes back and can see, like, and they can be awakened by this video that I've made and just see the negative lens that everyone wears about this game when it's really not that bad. Yeah, there are problems with it. It's not perfect. I've already said that. Everyone knows that. That's a given. Okay? Why are we saying the same things over and over again? I'll tell you why. Circular reasoning and perpetual complaining.
One but you. I hope you do take things more seriously. I have gotten shit on the last 6 years of my career for choosing the more professional side of things because guess what, bro? I don't want to work another job in my life. I want to make streaming a career, and I love Apex. But brother, there's so many ways to get things done behind the scenes by being a decent human, giving decent criticism instead of being a piece of shit looking for likes and impressions.
Oh, you mean like shitting on the game constantly to thousands of viewers that you have because you're a content creator or a pro? Yep, I totally agree, Nice Wig. Thank you.